Hello and welcome. I'm Lamila Simšić-Pašić and I'm part of Digital Future Team English Language Group. In today's session, together with the guests and the instructors of the coming workshop, we will present you the first set of the workshops in English as a part of Digital Future Festival 2023. On Monday, you will have a chance to learn about the second set of the workshops also given in English language. Before we start with the presentation, I would like to share with you some details of the Digital Future Festival to learn more about what is happening and how you can join the workshops we're going to present today. Let me just a moment to share the screen. Okay. So here it is. I will run the slideshow. And first would like to share with you the dates. So before we start with the online workshops in July, in 24th of June until the 1st of July, we're going to have the hybrid workshop, Digital Futures China. And on 22nd of July until the 29th of July, which means whole week, we're going to have the online workshops given in the Portuguese, Spanish, Turkish, English, Arabic, and the Farsi. So the closing ceremony of the workshops will happen in 29th of July. Also would like to share with you that you can also refer to our YouTube channel, Discord channel, or check on social media about the coming events. And there is a kind of the timeline or the schedule that you can just for you to follow all the events that are happening with the digital future. We have the 5th International Conference of the Computational Design and Robotic Fabrication that will start on June 24, 2023. Also, we have the Doctoral Consortium, Architecture and Philosophy, Camouflage Revisited, starting in 16th of June until 21st of June. Eastern Standard Time, and also 17th of June, 22nd of June, China time. The workshops will, as I already mentioned, we have the workshops that are starting on 24th of June until the 1st of June, which is the hybrid workshops, while the online international workshops in English, Arabic, Spanish, Portuguese, Turkish, and Farsi are starting 22nd of July until 29th of July. Exhibition and events will happen through the August and after the closing ceremony, which will happen on 29th of July. So this is the workshop preview map where you can see from where this year we are having our instructors are coming from. As I already said, we have the workshops on different languages. And following to give you the more information about the workshops we are organizing this year. This event is the first event of the English preview, while the second event of the English workshop preview will happen in 2 days, Monday, June 12th. Yesterday, you had the chance to listen to the Spanish preview workshop, and you can reach, if you missed that, you can reach that information on our YouTube channel. Portuguese preview will happen today a bit later. Turkish preview is tomorrow, while the Farsi preview will happen June 15, sorry, June 20 is for the Arabic preview event. As I already said, if you miss any of our previews, you can always refer to our YouTube channel. where all the previews are listed. Upcoming ones will just say that, give you the date and the time when you can join us live. This is the information for the student for the application process. So we're going to start, we will open the registration process in the 17th of June. And first step is to be done after you listen the previews and you find the workshop that you are interested in. The registration process is the first step. We have to say that there is no review process and that the all workshops are open until they are filled. Also, the second step is to follow the information from the instructors in the Zoom links that we're going to share with you. Please check your spam folders. In case you miss the email. So registration will close on the 1st of July. And all the information about the Zoom and the other information that you will receive from the instructors will happen before the workshops start. So now I would like to share with you the workshop that we're going to present today. As you may see on the screen, we are presenting 6 workshops today, and it's my great pleasure to introduce you today's presenters. We have the Peggy Yu presenting the workshop Latent Object 404 Glitch, together with Han Tu and Tom Chan. Also today here is Emil Chantur Akildis to present the workshop Synthetic Architecture, AI-Generated Design Applications. Jennifer Duran, Kirti Meini, Sergio Mutis will present their workshop under the name Procedural Architectural Design for the Immersive Multiplayer Internet. Iman Shehansari and Shah Kayek. I'm really sorry. I know that I pronounced this bad. Are present the workshop Regenerative Design and Optimization. Today, unfortunately, not with us, but will give us and share with us insights of their workshop AIGC workflow on AI generative images, XCool, and same Ipekuran will give the workshop preview via video, speculation on post-human architecture, virtual ecologies, and non-human presence. As I mentioned earlier, on 12th of June, this Monday, Michael will host the second set of the workshop given in English. Michael is also a member of the English language group of Digital Future. And besides Michael, I would like to mention other members of our group, Ipsita, Virginia, Gustavo, and all other members of Digital Futures who are working hard to make all this happen. I will now give the floor to our presenters, and first starting with Peggy Yu, Han Tu, Tom Chan to give us the presentation about the workshop named Latent Object 404 Glitch. So I will stop sharing my screen and give a chance to Peggy, Han, and Tom. So the screen is yours.
Thank you. Thanks for the introduction.
Welcome.
Hello. So my name is Tom.
I'm Peggy. We're both from the AA.
I'm Han from MIT.
Yeah. So I'll just jump right in. AI has been a hot topic now, but we wonder how we can take one step further than just a flat 2D image. So the student will be expected to learn how to produce and design in a 3D immersive environment with AI. The students will also be able to learn, develop their technical skill set, and also design thinking beyond a fancy planar image. And we'll have 5 days to learn how to integrate 3D scanning, AR, and VR for narrative design in 5 days. We'll teach you how to use open source AI generators such as Stable Diffusion Web UI, and it's very easy to learn. And we'll also abuse the technology to create fragments of spaces in the 3D world. Then we'll assemble these fragments into spaces into an immersive film and even bring it into augmented reality and virtual reality. So in terms of the time, it's going to start from 10 to 14 o'clock in the ETS time and 15 o'clock to 19 o'clock in GMT time zone. The course will be held at the end of July from 22nd to 26th of July. So the required skills would be Rhino or Blender for modeling tools, but we'll also accept other modeling software such as C4D. In terms of video editing software, we'll expect you to learn or to know After Effects and Premiere Pro. So the students should be interested in themes about AI, AR, and VR, but also design fiction, and they should be committed to produce an immersive film, be visually driven, but also technically aware. And I'll hand over to Peggy to talk about the schedule. Thank you.
Okay, so on day one, we'll introduce students to like basic scanning skills of scanning of the daily objects, ranging from like a size from like a cup to the size of a furniture. So next slides.
And we will use Metashape, photogrammetric, or iPhone LiDAR 3D scanning methods to record 3D mesh model of the real world.
Yeah, so we'll introduce both media, so either of them are optional. So here's an example of how I was using Blender and then 3D scanning to create just scanning like daily object like flowers and things on the food, just quickly do the image for the workshop. And next slides. And then here's another example of how, although 3D scanning is like widely used as a measuring tool and documenting tool, like we want to inhabit the glitch. So this is an example of like a one-act performance that based on photogrammetry scanning on a mirror of creating this parallel world of a parallel reality.
So after the scanning, we're going to go into the scaling up the spatial construct to form an immersive space. So we're going to use Stable Diffusion as a methodological approach to use the feedback loop and tweak about the prompt, and so to create images that we desire. We're also going to explore how to train the model in terms of the aesthetic training so that it actually approaches our aesthetic desire. So the AI also has the capability to deepen a 2D image and to turn it into an immersive environment. So we're also going to explore how to do that in the course. And in day 3, we're going to jump into the 3D environment using Blender or other modeling software. We're also going to use the deepening technique of the Stable Diffusion to create the 3D mesh. And we're going to teach you how to use the interface to achieve this effect.
On day 4, we'll be finally putting a film and clip together. So we'll be constructing narrative and also introducing the sound design into the film, mostly based on Blender and After Effects. So introducing a basic knowledge of Blender, how Blender could deal with point cloud. I was introducing in day 2, and then take it one step further and also took the geometry that we produced from day 2 and 3. So here's an example of a film that's submitted for several film festivals. So how we can use 3D scanner as a measuring tool but also as a medium to talk about the changing value and the lost history of ancient forests in the UK. But it's very up to students on what they want to do or what they're interested in and their interpretation of the scanning or the geometry they produced. So on the final day, we'll have an optional VR tutorial on Unities, or either way, we can just do a day of film production, and then at the end of we'll have a final discussion with like some invited guests. We're going to invite Anna Fon from AM Tech and some other professors to talk about the film and give students some feedback.
Okay, in conclusion, we will be able to use open source AI generators such as Stable Diffusion UI to create fragments of spaces in 3D world. Then we will assemble these fragments of spaces into an immersive film or even bring it to AR. In the end, students will learn how to integrate 3D scanning, VR or AR, and AIGC methods for a narrative design in the 5 days of our workshops. And thank you for your listening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peggy, Han, and Tom for the introduction. Can't wait to workshop start. So let us continue with Emil. Emil will introduce the synthetic architecture AI generated design exploration. So Emil, the floor is yours. The screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Vanilla.
Welcome.
Let me share my screen. Okay, great. First, I really want to thank you, Digital Futures team, for their hard work and inviting us to this session. Synthetic architecture workshop mainly will focus on the intersection of artificial intelligence and architectural design. And it covers the creative potential of generative AI models to drive architectural design exploration. And throughout the workshop, participants will be introduced to a range of generative image synthesis models and also the workflow that incorporate these models. I will give the name in the other slide next. So I want to begin with a short introduction. And as we all know, there is already a vast explosion of AI-driven creative activity in the architectural design. And as Matthias Del Campo and Neil Leach state, in the meantime, AI will become a muse, an extension of human imagination. I believe soon technical skills will be irrelevant in the field of design, and architects and anyone involved in creative work need to keep up to date with these latest technologies and incorporate them into the design processes. And this is a quote from Marshall McLuhan that I like really. He says, "We become what we behold. We shape our tools, and thereafter our tools shape us. So as these tools, I mean AI, are created once, now we need to readapt ourselves, our way of thinking, and our mythologies." I think the most critical impact of AI is radically changing the way we think and design. I mean, design so far was and still is, but I think it will change in a very short time. It's the process that requires an analytical way of thinking, and also the design tools we had until now were analytical too. But AI changed the way we design and think for the first time. We can generate endless design alternatives, and our primary role as designers becomes making decisions, which is a synthetic way of designing. We, of course, still need technical skills such as controlling the software, learning techniques and resources. But in this new paradigm of design thinking, soft skills such as artistic vision and creativity, decision-making, problem-solving, and growth mindset become the most relevant skills. I believe developing a continuous learning framework is of critical importance. So when it comes to the workshop content, throughout the workshop, participants will explore the creative potential of generative AI models to drive architectural design, develop architectural concepts in Midjourney and expand them by using advanced techniques, learn to incorporate ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion, ControlNet, Dolly, and other models into the design process, develop critical thinking and evaluation skills through design reviews and discussions. And I think this is really important, that learning to assess the outputs of generative AI models in the context of architectural design to make informed decisions and refine design concepts effectively. Throughout the workshop, there will be informative sessions, tutorials, individual challenges and exercises. Also, we'll make some design reviews and evaluations. And the workshop will end with a final product. We'll use a variety of text-to-image generation models, including mainly Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and Dolly. And we'll learn some advanced techniques. And day one will be about creating architectural concepts in Midjourney. We will compare the different models and versions output. And I will introduce the prompt crafting techniques and workflows in Midjourney. And the second day, we will expand architectural concepts in Midjourney. And I will introduce some advanced prompting techniques, including multi-prompts, image prompts, setting, and parameters. And the third day will be about expanding architectural concepts, incorporating other models to our design process, like Stable Diffusion, ControlNet, and some other platforms and tools. Yeah, we'll use different media and models to create new outputs. And the last day will be about design reviews of the final project and discussions. So this is essentially the old story of the genie in the lamp, or the sorcerer's apprentice, or King Midas. You get exactly what you ask for, not what you want. So I think it's really important that we need to find a way to ask and a way to incorporate these technologies into design process. And lastly, I want to remind that there is no prior knowledge or experience is required to participate, but participants are expected to acquire the necessary software, which is shown before the workshop. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Emma, for the presentation and all other requirements, all the information the participants or attendees can learn also from the web page, and great examples of your work. Looking forward to see.
Thank you
the
very much.
Results of the workshop. So to continue, we have Jennifer Duran, Kirti Maini, and Sergio Mutis to give us the introduction of the procedural architectural design for immersive multiplayer internet. So the screen is yours.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
We can.
Okay. So, hi all. We are going to present our workshop. Hi all, we're going to present our workshop for Digital Futures 2023 called Procedural Architectural Design for the Immersive Multiplayer Internet. We are Kirti Mani, Sergio Mutis, and Jennifer Duran, and we are part of the Computational Design Research Group, CHA Code, in Zaha Hadid Architects. As a group, the CHA Code started doing research, independent research, and developing a wide variety of projects since its creation. The CHA Code have been involved in a wide range of applications and different scales, from small pavilions to large stadiums and master plans. Architecture for the metaverse and gamification is part of this broad scope. This can be broadly classified into three big research threads that are computational geometry, computational housing, and metaverse and cyber-physical spaces. The CHA Code has always been involved with Tongi and Digital Futures, and we have been developing workshops there for the last 6 years, looking to digital fabrication some years, about geometry creation, and the last year looking about architecture for the metaverse. This is the outcome of the Digital Futures 2022 focus on architecture of the metaverse. This project was developed in only 1 week by the students using Maya and Unreal Engine and creating a catalog of spaces with the objective of creating an NFT gallery underwater.
And so we move into this year's workshop called Procedural Architectural Design for the Immersive Multiplayer Internet. The motivation behind this workshop stems from our current juncture within our increasingly digitally native society. We believe that it is architects, not graphic designers or game engineers, who should lead the design exploration of our digital spatial environments. Within this context, the last decade has seen a renewed and increased interest in immersive spatial web, featuring procedurally aggregated cyberspaces that enhance gaming performance and scalability. However, the spatial implications of these procedures under gamification has been largely overlooked, and thus this workshop seeks to delve into an experimental method for computational space generation that addresses these crucial topics. For the purpose of the workshop, this process will kickstart with a procedural geometric approach to 3D content generation. Following the process, students will create a catalog of spatial modular primitives with varying geometries, designed and optimized for the immersive web. These modules interface with each other following a series of rules. The students will have to define and encode these rule sets into their designs and tailor their catalog to account for the combinatorics logic of the modules.
In the next step of the process, students would move on to carry out a series of procedural aggregation studies that would result in generation of large-scale spaces. They would also be testing different aggregation rule sets inside a gaming engine. Then the students would have the opportunity to extract more information from the aggregation process itself and translate them to tangible metrics, such as connectivity of spaces, spatial variety, and so on, to better evaluate and qualify their designs. So in terms of expected outcomes, the students would be generating a catalog of primitive spatial modules. They would be developing a combinatorics logic and a diagram to represent the rule sets, a catalog of procedural aggregations, and a video of the aggregation gameplay with the evaluation analytics displayed in the UI, and a high resolution, high fidelity renders of the final aggregations. In terms of the workshop schedule, we would be having the technical skill sessions on the first 2 days, that is on the 22nd and 23rd. And then the students would be working on design development during the rest of the week with 1 hour of design progress review every day and offline technical support from us. Then we would be having the final design review on the 29th of July. In terms of software skills, students are expected to be familiar with a basic knowledge of using Autodesk Maya and Rhinoceros. Experience with programming in C++ or using Unreal Engine blueprints is preferred, but not absolutely necessary. And we would be accepting a total of 15 students for this workshop. Yeah, and on behalf of the team, I would like to extend our gratitude for this opportunity and look forward to this workshop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We really much appreciate your contribution of this year events, and looking forward to see the results. Whole new world will be designed. Okay, thank you, and let's continue with Shahansari and Shakayag to present the workshop under the title Regenerative Design and Optimization. So, Iman?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Let me share my screen and
Super.
we move on. So, I hope you have my screen.
We can see the screen, yes.
Great.
Iman, we cannot hear the sound.
Oh, let me.
Yeah, maybe you should keep your sound on while you are running the video.
Okay, let me do one other thing.
Would you like me to share the screen and the video?
Probably would be better if you
Okay.
could do that.
Okay, super. You can stop sharing and then I will share my,
Of course.
yeah.
I stop my sharing and the
Yeah.
screen is yours. Thank you for your support
You're
and thank you
welcome.
for the opportunity.
You are welcome.
Hi everyone, today I'm thrilled to introduce to you a transformative workshop that delves into the world of regenerative design and optimization in architecture. Over the course of 3 interactive sessions, we will explore the concept, principles, and practical applications of regenerative design, equipping you with the knowledge and tools to create buildings that restore and replenish resources while enhancing resilience and well-being. Allow me to introduce our esteemed workshop instructors. First, we have Iman Shehansari, a distinguished developer, researcher, and educator in computational design and sustainability, with a keen interest in machine learning applications and open innovation for sustainable and personalized futures. Iman has taught at various universities and institutes in Iran and has worked as a sustainability consultant for Iranian and British architectural firms. Joining us is Shagaya, a dedicated researcher and specialist in regenerative design architecture. Her expertise lies in sustainable architecture, employing approaches such as life cycle assessment and circular economy. Shagaya has been teaching these principles and utilizing cutting-edge software to analyze and support zero carbon and energy-efficient building projects. Now, let's dive into the workshop details. The workshop will take place from the 22nd to the 24th of July from 12 to 18 Greenwich Mean Time or 8 to 14 Eastern Standard Time. Regenerative design is a practice that engages the natural world as a medium for and generator of architecture, creating structures that are integrated with their ecosystem. Optimization is a process that seeks to improve the performance and efficiency of buildings, using data and tools to model and evaluate different design scenarios. Let's take a closer look at the workshop structure for each day. Day 1 will serve as an introduction to regenerative design and optimization in architecture. Instructors will deliver a complete lecture covering the concept, importance, principles, and goals of regenerative design. We will engage in insightful discussions surrounding real-life examples, challenges, and barriers in this field. In addition, we will conduct an exercise where we assess a building site using a regenerative design checklist. You will also be introduced to some essential tools and methods during the demonstration, followed by group work where we'll select a captivating case study for preliminary analysis. Moving on to the day 2, instructors will guide you through the modeling and optimization of regenerative design solutions. You will gain valuable insight into the process, criteria, metric, and trade-offs involved in this intricate task. Engaging discussions will revolve around their best practice guidelines and communication strategies for effectively modeling, optimizing the regenerative design solutions. Through hands-on exercise, you will have the opportunity to model different scenarios for the selected case study, utilizing the tools and methods introduced earlier. A demonstration of advanced tools and methods will further enhance your skill set, culminating in group work where you will optimize your scenarios based on valuable feedback from these tools. Finally, on day 3, we will focus on designing a regenerative building that enhances resilience and well-being. Iman and Shagayak will provide a thought-provoking lecture on strategies and techniques for integrating regenerative design features into buildings. Engaging discussions will center around exemplary regenerative buildings that successfully address the needs, preferences, context, culture, climate, and users. Through an exciting exercise, you will unleash your creativity and develop a conceptual design for the case study using sketching tools or software. This will allow you to incorporate regenerative design features that enhance resilience and well-being. By the end of the workshop, you will possess the knowledge, skills, and confidence to embark on your own regenerative design journey. Whether you are an architect, designer, or simply passionate about sustainable living, this workshop will provide you with the tools and understanding needs to make a meaningful impact. I encourage you to join us on this transformative journey from the 22nd to 24th of July from 12 to 18 GMT or 8 to 14 EST. Together with Iman and Shagaya, we will unlock the potential of regenerative design and optimization, shaping a sustainable and prosperous future. Thank you, and we look forward to welcoming you to this inspiring workshop.
Thank you, Iman. And Shagaya, we will come back to you during the QA session. Let's continue now with the video that will give us more information about the AI GC workflow on AI generative images by the X School. X School is not today here present, but they send us the video for more information. Let me just share. Here it is.
Hello guys, it's my pleasure to introduce our workshop. I'm Pei-Wen Lee, the Architectural Research Team Leader of X-School, and I'm also the doctor at Harbin Institute of Technology. This time, our workshop will be based on AIGC, more specifically on AI generative images. With the explosion of technology, the mode of human-machine interaction has been constantly changing, from the simple and repeatable use of tools to assisting people in creative work requiring high-dimensional perception, for example, designing or the artwork. Especially this year, I'm sure we can all relate to it. In this digitalization trend, X-School is the leading provider of AI application in this building industry and is recognized as a national high-tech enterprise in China. We provided intelligent products for clients to reduce costs, increase efficiency, and enhance value. And in this workshop, we work with Lux, which is a technical enterprise tool and has its own AIGC platform. From the macro to the planning scale, from the meso to the individual scale, and more recently, from the micro to the detail scale. One step at a time, X-School are gradually trying to achieve AI generation of accurate design results. And also thanks to the trust of DigitalFUTURES, we have consecutively organized workshop 6 years discussing about AI application possibility in architecture and urban space, such as discrimination on street interface activity, evaluation on street quality by data mining, and AI analysis. We also tried on AI generation of 3D model like landscape scenes and urban context scenes generation. So in this workshop, let us focus on AI generative images. I'm sure you have all experienced Midjourney Stable Diffusion recently for artwork or inspiration creation. But this time, let us use the product Lux, which is also an AIGC platform and is more adaptable to pen architectural scenes. And this series of artwork are generated on Lux. On the website of Lux, here's the introduction video. Let's see the video first. On Lux, we can do the jobs like text to image generation, image to image generation, and we can also do the training. And here are some works generated by the platform, containing interior designing, architectural design, and even landscape. Okay, first, we need to select different poses, like check with models and model models. Some of these models are provided by Lux or other artists on the platform. And we can do the inspiration page. We need to use different prompts. Okay, this is the outcome of the presentation. And here is the topic of the topic. And then we can change the LoRa to suit different scenes and different use. And we can change the fonts and add the decorative fonts, And here are some handcraft photos generated by AI. Okay, let's see the image to image. Okay, this is the input of the photo. Let's see the decorative option. Also, the process of input content, which can use to picture, and the outcome will merge the features of two pictures. And besides the generation of images, we can also do the painting. It's very useful when we are generating our own artwork. For example, if we want to change the part of the building, we can add some prompts like glass or wood, and then the outcome pictures will change. Okay, this part of the picture becomes the material. It's trying to replace the whole building. And use the shape. Let's see the outcome. The whole building becomes a different style. And here is the model training. If we want to train our own LoRa models, we need to find a bunch of related images. And we just throw in all the materials, like 100 pictures, and we can just train our own. After training, we can use automated testing, helping us to detect which strands of our LoRa model is the best when doing the inspiration creation. So in this workshop, we'll use Lux. What we interest on is the artistry, creativity, and tension of our artwork generated by AI. In class, different groups can take several and different scenes or topics. And any techniques can be allowed when doing generation, such as text to image, image to image, or training specific models for our purpose. We can also take post-processing, such as pastiche, or use Photoshop. In order to do better generation, we will have 10 hours courses about AI introduction, instruction for usage on Lux, general and advanced model training skills. And finally, we will have the artwork showcase. And this page shows our instructors include the members of X-School and Lux. We are looking forward to sharing sparks and making artistic generation with all the participants. That's all of the workshop introduction. Thank you. Hello, guys. It's my pleasure to introduce our workshop.
So that was a X-School introduction. We are video. Also, we have additional one, Ipe Kuran and Khan Karabali could not join us today, but they also share with us the video about the speculations on post-human architecture, virtual ecologies, and non-human presence. We will share with you the video.
Hello, everyone. We're going to be conducting speculations on post-human spaces, virtual ecologies, and non-human presence workshop between the dates 25th and 29th of July. Before talking about our workshop, first we're going to be introducing ourselves, and we're going to begin with Kaan Karaballı.
Hi everyone, I'm Kaan. I am an academic at Istanbul Bilgi University, and I'm also a PhD candidate in the Architectural Design Computing program at Istanbul Technical University. I started my academic journey at Istanbul Technical University, where I pursued my bachelor's degree. And I decided to further expand my knowledge and horizons by pursuing a master's degree at the University of Applied Arts Vienna, the Angewandte. And during my time there, I had the privilege of studying under the guidance of two influential figures in the architectural realm, the late Zaha Hadid and renowned Kazuya Sejima. And immersed in their studios, I observed and gained invaluable insights into the design world. And I acquired 2 additional master degrees after that. One of these degrees is a Master of Science in Renewable Energy Systems from the Technical University of Vienna, where I explored sustainable solutions within the architectural field. The other is a Master of Science in Fiction and Entertainment from SciArt, demonstrating my fascination with the intersection of design and storytelling using creative technologies, especially VR. And my dedication to education expands beyond the classroom. As an academic, I also conduct workshops that emphasize design speculation and experimentation. And through these workshops, I aim to inspire my students to push the boundaries of conventional thinking and explore new possibilities in the design discipline. Ipek?
Thank you. I'm an XR specialist, architect, and academic from Istanbul, Turkey. My journey began as a research assistant. Afterwards, I continued building upon this foundation, and I co-founded the Mekan Space Experience Design Lab at Bahçeşehir University, VR First Laboratory. Over a period of 5 transformative years, I had the privilege of leading captivating VR art and architecture projects, while also organizing workshops that aim to inspire and empower participants and students. I'm currently pursuing a PhD at the Yıldız Technical University in Istanbul at the Department of Art and Design, and the University of the Aegean's Department of Cultural Technology and Communication in Greece. Within these academic realms, I focus on the exploration of post-human and post-parametric architecture, speculative design, and the fascinating realm of extended realities. Education for me goes beyond personal growth. Like working as an art instructor at Bilgi University, I had the opportunity to share my expertise with students across different disciplines, including digital game design, visual communication design, and architecture. Beyond academia and teaching, I actively engage in professional projects that push the boundaries of XR technologies in art and architecture. So nice to meet you all. And we're going to be continuing our workshop. So yes, come.
So in this workshop, we will explore how post-human architecture embraces the ever-changing landscapes of technology, culture, and the environment to create adaptable spaces that respond to these dynamic forces. Additionally, we will examine the intricacies of virtual ecologies, digital realms that are characterized by complexity and the presence of non-human entities. By joining this workshop, you will gain valuable insights into the intersection between post-human architecture and virtual ecologies. We will discuss the harmonious integration of digital environments into the physical world, opening up new design perspectives that prioritize adaptability and sustainability. Moreover, we will explore how technology can be harnessed to create virtual environments that benefit both humans and non-human entities, fostering a future where technology and the natural world coexist synergistically. We invite architects, designers, and researchers to join us in this journey of exploration, where we uncover the fascinating intersections of technology, ecology, and architecture.
So let's have a look at our workshop schedule. Our workshop is going to be 5 days. So we're going to have 2 working hours, and afterwards we're going to have a lunch break, and then again 2 hours of work. So when we look at the first phase and the first day, we're going to have a brief introduction on the speculative frameworks and the softwares that we're going to be using. And on the first day also, we're going to have our concept development. And to facilitate the concept development phase, we're going to be using AI tools such as ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Runway. So our second phase is going to be lasting 2 days, and it is 3D modeling for the immersive spaces. Mainly, we're going to be using Rhino and Maya. Our third phase is going to be world building for the immersive environment. It's also going to be lasting 2 days, and we're going to be using Unreal Engine to create those environments. So these are our objectives, which are going to be mentioned by Khan.
So our objectives to introduce participants to the concept of post-human architecture and its relevance in the contemporary technological and cultural landscape. We'll be exploring the dynamic interplay between virtual ecologies and the presence of non-human entities such as artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms, and autonomous agents. To examine these implications of virtual ecologies on the design and on the uses of physical spaces, we'll be aiming to foster an understanding of ecological complexity and microlives and their significance in shaping post-human spaces. Participants will be working with AI tools such as ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Runway to speculate on possible scenarios and designs for post-human architecture. They'll be developing their skills in 3D modeling and visualization using software such as Rhino and Maya, enabling them to design their own virtual spaces. To facilitate the exploration and experience of participants, virtual designs in an immersive environment, participants will be also using Unreal Engine, which will allow a deeper understanding of the spatial and immersive aspects of virtual ecologies. And when we look at the expected outcomes throughout this journey, you will not only enhance your understanding of post-human architecture and virtual ecologies, but you will also develop a comprehensive grasp of the concepts and theories that underpin these fields. One of the key aspects we will explore is the role of non-human entities in shaping post-human spaces. By delving into this topic, you will gain a deeper appreciation for the complex interplay between technology, culture, and the environment. Moreover, our workshop will foster speculative thinking and design. By leveraging AI tools and technologies, you will have the opportunity to engage in imaginative and forward-thinking exercises. We encourage you to think creatively and critically as you explore and speculate on possible scenarios and designs for human spaces. Through this process, you will discover the transformative potential that virtual ecologies hold.
So we have also several requirements. We mentioned them as required skills, but these are not mandatory. So basic knowledge of Autodesk, Maya, Rhino, and Unreal Engine is suggested, and that will be very good. So required softwares are the same. So you will have Maya, Rhino, and Unreal Engine 5. You have to install the softwares before you join the workshop. Maximum number of participating students is 20. Probably you're going to be working as groups. So that's why we have that much people. And we are really looking forward to meeting you all. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you at the workshop.
See you.
So that was our last presentation of today. I hope I would like to thank all the presenters that are here in the Zoom, and also would like to thank the others who presented via recording video for their contribution. Hope that you all got the information which we make to choose easier or to select the workshop of your interests. And in case you did not get enough information, you can always browse our webpage. I will share with you here. So on the webpage of the Digital Future, if you are interested to learn more about workshops we spoke today and the other workshops, you go to the workshop tab. On the pop-up menu, you choose the workshops 2023. And there is a set of the workshops that are actually assigned according to the language. So today we talk about English workshops, and also on Monday you will have a chance to learn about the additional workshops that will be given in English. So this is the list of the workshops we are talking today, and we will talk on Monday. So when you click on any of these workshops, you are getting the information, requirements, information about the instructors, and etc. So I will stop sharing my screen right now and open the Q&A session. I will just invite all of our participants of today maybe to turn their cameras on. Hello.
So much, everyone. We don't have any questions from YouTube so far, but the presentations were beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Virginia. So I will ask a few questions if you don't mind. So I would like maybe to learn out from our participants about the expectations from the attendees, and also to understand maybe your idea or your visions how the knowledge gained in the workshop could help the attendees in their future work. So if anyone would like to talk about that, please.
All right, I'll jump in. So I'll tackle your second question. So how the knowledge gained in the workshop could be useful for the attendees in the future, right? Well, I believe that in an increasingly digitized world, that also means like more opportunities for architects to delve into digital design and to make part of all these new conversations that are rising up. And so through the workshop we're presenting, I believe that people will have develop relevant skills and tackle relevant concepts in that juncture, in that context. So like computational thinking in architecture or bottom-up processes in design, which are becoming increasingly more relevant. And so yeah, I think all this knowledge will be helpful in the future because it opens like new opportunities that architects can, and designers in general can make the most of.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Is there anyone else who would like to jump?
Like, I can also answer that question, like adding on what Sarah just talked. It's more about the type of techniques that we're going to showcase in the workshop can be applied to any scale of projects and can be applied also after the workshop, not only for digital architecture, but also for physical architecture, because it's like a step-by-step process. So I think that that is interesting for everyone that wants to know and learn about these techniques, at least in our workshop and what we are doing.
Super, yes. I think you make it kind of the really hard to choose among all the workshops. So I saw some comments on the chat that I want to actually to be assigned to each of the workshops we listen today, and I assuming the same will happen for Monday and for other language groups. Anyone would like to jump?
Maybe I can add something, Lamla.
Yes, please. We can hear
first
you,
of
but
all,
we cannot see you.
Ah, okay. Sorry. Now, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. Firstly, I want to thank all the workshop presenters. I am so excited and really I want to participate all of the workshops. They're all great, really. And as artificial intelligence continues to advance, I think its integration to architectural design and architectural practice becomes really relevant. So not only for my workshop, but for all of the workshop, I think by gaining knowledge about AI models and their application in architecture, I believe students, attendees will be really well prepared to navigate the evolving landscape of the AI technologies in architecture. And I think this is really important. I think maybe in a very short time, all the analytical tools and technical skills will be irrelevant. And the skills I think we should develop are first to learn speaking with the computer, because it's happening for the first time in the history. We are not using mouse anymore. And second is to learn making decisions. I think this is really critical. And of course, finding our voices. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so we have some more questions, and maybe in line to the question about what motivates you to research in that particular field, and what maybe you can share with audience kind of the motivation of your own. And also we have the question about, maybe in the same line with that, and mentioned by Jennifer about the practical and maybe theory and the practice, how you will reinforce a balance between the theory and practice, and many other questions we have listed here. So shall we start maybe with that balance between the theory and practice, and what was your motivation to particularly research in that field, in the field that you presented today?
Is that all questions are for me? Because
no.
Yeah, okay. Okay, for all the participants. Okay.
In general.
So I'll give the microphone to anybody.
Okay. So anyone would like to start?
maybe I could add some parts to. It's very interesting to see all of these great presentation, especially about AI, but we take some different angle toward looking at machine learning models and how we could integrate them in developing more sustainable future and more personalized future. I think the great question like global warming and how we could survive in the mass developing world are getting faded away with the sparks of AI. And I think that sparks of AI could generate also great answer on how to tackle this problem in architecture. I think it was not long ago that if you use machine learning algorithms on optimization or developing project, especially in architecture firm, many would resist and said, okay, are you sure about the result? Are you sure that's working? Don't you need to calculate more or have some written documents about it? And now with the emergence of text-to-image models, I think these questions are getting somehow answered, and more people are getting to know the capability of AI and how they could interact and also somehow reflect their insight and talk to the computer. But there's one thing I think missing in the conversation, and Gustavo actually presented well about balance between theory and practice. I think right now, at least, I don't see any established theory framework for AI development, especially in creative realm. And I'm open to all the arguments that may other instructor have. And I think this field of theory is emerging, and it would definitely be more developed by participants and instructing collaboration and showing the capability of AI in the field. I think I talked too much and hope to have reflects of others and my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you, Iman. Is there anyone else who would like to jump?
Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. No, I think it's completely relevant what Iman has talked about, because AI seems to be like a black box algorithm. So not a lot of people know what's inside. And I think that there's an issue of alignment problem. So if you're closely following OpenAI company, they're really training the model. GPT-5 is coming out next year, but then even they don't know how it actually works. What is the wiring between the neural network and the black box algorithm? I think that's we should be very cautious about this issue. But on the other hand, we should also be kind of self-reflective in the sense that knowing that not one single AI will solve every problem, because design is like a multimodal endeavor, I would say. So on the other hand, you have, on one hand, you have the visual thinking, on the other hand, you have the conceptual thinking. So I think in the future, it should be a blended approach between human and AI, but also using multiple AIs, the language AI and the image AI, and how do we turn 2D into 3D? How to resolve the algorithmic bias. And I think those are very important issues. Yeah.
Okay. So the future is still bright. Okay. So Kirti, me?
Yeah. So for our workshop, we are essentially trying to leverage like the use of like gamification of architecture, and it's an experimental workshop, but we believe that it can be expanded into a lot of practice related scenarios. For instance, we see that in the practice of architecture, Stakeholder participation is very relevant. It often leads and guides and decides which way the project would be shaping up. And with this current opportunity of the technology, the gaming technology that's available to us, it basically allows us to simulate multiple scenarios and outcomes and test them. So I would say that it really gives it's a very powerful tool that in a digital environment, we are able to test multiple options and produce like more results, and that would really benefit the students. And I don't know if Jennifer or Sergio want to add something.
Yeah, I mean, we can also create our own rules in a game environment. So we are just testing, and that's why it's like experimental process. We can test different aggregations with this catalog that we're creating from a base of a model. And then, as I was referring before, the way of how we are teaching how this is like a process of thinking is not only a process of the computer doing the things alone. So it's actually us working with the computer and telling the computer, we have this rule set, so you need to follow this. So I think that that's actually pretty interesting for a student, like if you never went into this type of workshop before, to learn. Yeah, I think that that's the additional thing. I don't know if Sergio wants to add more.
Sure. I'll just close it off by saying that it resonates as well with some of the other workshops and how we're approaching like this relationship with, you know, computers, with artificial intelligence, with whatever it takes, where you need to like balance how much you're doing yourself as a designer and how much the technology is giving you back. And so all of these workshops test those ideas in different strategies, and getting into them as a student is highly useful for the upcoming future.
Okay, thank you, Sergio. I think Iman would like to share with us some thoughts.
Yeah, of course. We are, as instructor, have some experiences in our field of expertise. And one thing that is my concern, at least in the workshop, is that how we could come up with solutions that not transfer our biases or experience to the at least new learner, especially in field that is so sensitive and so relevant to our natural language that, for example, my Middle Eastern background would definitely affect how I talk to AI models, how I code. And I think that's a real case for me on how I could manage my insight and not transfer it to the new participant, because, and you know, somehow provide a landscape for them to continue and make their own journey. It's a challenge for me, of course, in this workshop and all other maybe past workshop and following. I want to maybe know others' opinion and how we could tackle some issues like this or biases of AI models too.
Anyone would like to jump? Okay, let's continue. We will leave this as an open question then. We have also some additional question, maybe to help the students to give them advice for the participants who are first time attending the workshops. Are there any books, videos, or the inspired films that should be watched before they attend, or just to provoke their interest? Or are there any advices you would like to share with the participants of the workshops? Okay, we can also leave that for as an open question. Many open questions. That means that we have to meet again. Okay.
Maybe I could jump and add something. I think the if I don't know any participant go to Digital Future YouTube, I think there is a good sections talking about different topic, and especially the doctoral consortium. I think the name is that. Is a great way to start because they follow rigid schedules and each session have a specific topic. Maybe people could delve in, and also especially in field of theory, learn from the other architecture theories and how they think about AI and the future of architecture. Maybe it's a good start for them.
Okay, super. Anyone else? Any final thoughts before we close the session?
Well, just maybe briefly from me, I just want to thank you so much, Lamilla and Virginia, for this amazing organization and hosting. I look forward to hosting the second session this coming Monday. And I'm super impressed with this amazing lineup of workshops. I can only agree with all of you. I want to take them all. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing this unfold. Yeah, this has been great.
We are
thank
also,
you, Lamilla, again.
Thank you. We are looking forward to see this second set of the workshops that will be hosted by Michael. So see you all again, in our Digital Future platform. So if there are no any closing words from our participants, we look forward and we encourage all of our audience to check all the announcements on our Instagram page, Facebook page, social media pages, and also announcement on our web page for the registration process, especially because, as we said, it is open until it's filled. So, which means try to have the idea what workshop you would like to attend in advance. And I wish you all and us all a great summer. Okay. See you then. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. This was great. Thanks.